Assalamu alaikum and welcome to another episode of the Sports World. It's silly season, football's here, summer's round the corner. That can only mean one thing. We're going to have tournaments galore. But we're here to start you with the biggest tournament of the year, the most anticipated one. It's open age football. Last year was unbelievably successful. This year, inshallah, it's going to be a little bit more successful and we're going to be growing to bigger and better things. Some big news to announce with regards to where this year's final is going to be hosted. But more importantly, we've got some new teams that are taking part and we're hoping to make this another memorable 2025 for the BFC UK. Right, let's get started. I'm going to go with the guys on my right. Another familiar face, someone you'll be very everybody knows him. He can be controversial, he can be loving, he can be passionate. But more importantly to me, he's the most, probably one of the most inspirational guys in our footballing community right now up and down the country. Away from everything else, this guy, like I said, his passion is second to none. Great honour, a pleasure, as always, to introduce Alon Mia from MK Galactico, but more importantly from the BFC UK. Alon, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
No problem. And we also have a new guest. We have brother Muhib Alam. You are representing London Tigers today. You're the assistant, is that right?
I'm one of the coaches,
one of the assistant alongside your brother, is that right?
Ruhul, yeah.
Yeah, Ruhul. So Taz is your manager.
Yeah.
Right, and I know Taz well. He's part of our Nobbygunj crew, or Hobbygunj crew, should I say? So so looking forward to learning more about you guys as we go on. To my left, we have the infamous man in the blue shirt, looking the part. Looks like a cricketer today. Looks like he represents India, not Bangladesh. We've got Aziz Khan, Assalamu alaikum, representing MK, representing Bangladesh Football Federation, India cricket team. What else?
And Bangladesh.
And Bangladesh. Welcome to the show, Aziz Khan.
Thank you for having us.
As usual, always a pleasure to have you on. I'm looking forward to hearing your words of wisdom as we move through the show. And I gave the big man to the right my build-up, but this guy is, what can I say, Bangladeshi football up and down the country will know this gentleman. He's a Sutomia from Luton. His team is Bengal Spartan Lutons from Luton, and they were finalists last year. We're going to talk a little bit about Sutomia because Sutobai to everybody who knows Bangladeshi football up and down the UK. He's been inspirational, not just to the Luton and the Bedfordshire community, but to many across, not just the north, but across the UK. So Sutomia and Sutobai to everybody, as we all know, welcome to the show. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
And like I said, for myself, I just want to say you've been an inspirational role model for many years. I've seen you from afar, and it's been a pleasure to get to know you over the last few years in particular. So I'm going to come to you first because you, like I say, you've been involved in the football circuit, particularly the Bangladeshi football circuit, for 30 to 40 years. You've grafted, you've done the ball. We were talking behind when we got here about the effort and the time, dedication you've put in into grassroots football. From your own perspective, I know a tournament like BFC UK, open age football, particularly right now in a time where the focus is so much on vets football, it took a back seat, did open age. How important was BFC starting up again last year to people like yourselves who work at grassroots, particularly for open age football?
Well, it's very important. I think it's about time that it came back again because going back, I can go back probably about 20 years. The previous chaps who organised this tournament, it sort of changed hands over the years. Yeah. And when it came back last year through BFC UK, for one, the setup, the consortium, they mean business as far as I can see. And the setup, to what I saw, it's brilliant. And I don't think this particular consortium or the partnership will actually break down and just flush down. It won't do that because the setup is really, really good.
Yeah. Good. Okay, so I guess that leads me on to Alom and bringing you here. We've talked about this last year, but just for those that are new to the BFC UK and are wondering what this show is about and why we're doing it, give people a little bit of a flavour about the background of BFC UK and why you in particular have kind of decided to reignite the flame.
So BFC UK, as I said before, last year was a major success. We had 15 teams take part from 15 different cities. Obviously, what you mentioned before that for the last 10 years, Vets Football have taken over, and even myself, even I'll say Sutubai, Aziz Bhai, my older brother Kamal, we got involved in Vets Football so much that we've lost focus on the youths. So we were taking part, like when summer, say for example, the 10 weeks, me and Sutubai, for example, we'd be in Bradford, one we were in Oldham, one we were in Sheffield, one we were in London, Luton, Milton Keynes, you name it, we're there with Vets players playing football. And the honest truth is, the Vets players, we're vets. We're not going to go to the next stage. Yeah, it doesn't matter how much, even when we get Pep to train them, they're not going to improve. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're not going to go nowhere. And to me, it's like we lost focus on the next generation who are not being given the opportunity, not being provided the platform, and they're going to the different path. They've lost love for the game. And I thought, and my son said something to me really important, and he said to me, through football, you got to know yourselves, Sutubai, people from North, people from South. When are we going to get to know brothers from other cities and other towns? We don't know no one. So, for example, my son can go to Luton or London, they will not know no one. So it's our time, it's our duty to make sure that we, the brotherhood that we created amongst ourselves, we give that to the next generation. And obviously, another focus was about the whole Bangladesh concept of where Hamza Choudhury opened the door. We were, they contacted us saying, look, no, is there anyone there? So we thought through this platform, doing this tournament, we can actually give a pathway for a lot of these youngsters, those who are playing a good level of football in the UK, step 5, 4, 6, they may have another opportunity to go and play in Bangladesh as well. So through this, we can monitor and also scout. But the key point is like, enough is enough. Let's put that effort, that hard work, that finance into the next future. That's what the purpose was.
Good, excellent. Well, listen, I think on the back of last year's success, we have already seen a few players who have been able to, I guess, get scouted from the tournament, and they've gone to Bangladesh and had trials, and we've had a relative amount of success. 1 or 2 players being invited back to trials, whether that be with a club or whether that be with the under-21s international setup. But it's a start. We've had the last 10 years focusing on vets. I think in that time, we've neglected the open age, as Alam has mentioned, as Sutubai has mentioned. I think this is a vital project, and we just ask that everybody gets behind it. Put away your politics, put away whatever camp you're in. This is so important because this organisation, BFC UK, is here to stay. With the likes of Sutubai, with the likes of Kamal Bhai, who's in the background from MK, and other people who are around who are putting so much time and effort from different parts of UK, not just London. It's really important that we all come together and try to maximise on these opportunities that these children, if not here, what about Bangladesh? What about other parts of the world? We can spread our wings. There's so many opportunities. But let's focus on these kids from age 16 to above and above to at least give them that platform. And with that in mind, I want to talk to a gentleman whose son was actually, as a result of the tournament from BFC UK, Muidbai, your son represented London Tigers. And firstly, thank you again for coming on the show.
That's fine,
but just give us a bit of background and a bit of understanding as to the benefit of BFC UK to your son in particular last year.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for having me. Last year he took part in the tournament representing London Tigers, and he did really well, and he got recognised throughout the Bengali community, in particular because he didn't have that many opportunities in previous tournaments, Bengali tournaments. So he done really well. He got recognised, showcased his talent, and got recognised. And we went to Bangladesh last January. We had a family friends football tour, and we played. We had about seven matches. We played two games in Dhaka, and we had 2 games in Sylhet and a couple of games in Molly Bazaar as well within a 2-week period. And so the match we played in Dhaka against a local team in Dhaka, there were scouts from domestic leagues in pro teams in attended the was watching our game, and one of the coaches, one of the scouts from Bangladesh national team approached me after the game, and he was asking about my son and was asking if he would like to represent Bangladesh national team, and we said yeah, and then they've offered him a trial in June this year. It's on a 3-day trial on the 28th, 29th and 30th. So basically they're focusing on younger generation for the Bangladesh national team, particularly the under-20s and under-23s, in view of the, they want to make teams for the upcoming under-23 AFC.
That's right.
AFC tournament, and keeping in mind for the future Olympics as well. So inshallah we will go to Bangladesh in June and see how it does. So inshallah he does well, and yeah, see what happens. Yeah.
Good. Well, you know what? That's amazing news. And just remind me what your son's name is.
Iman. Yeah.
So Iman, listen, from everybody here at BFC UK, from everybody who's in the studio and up and down the country, it's a massive opportunity. Good luck to you. Well done last year. We look forward to seeing you at this year's event on May 11th over at Rising Stars. Once again, just to remind you, the tournament that Iman is going to is the AFC, or trialling for AFC under-23s and under-19. So still time, still scope. Like I said, they're working towards the Olympic Games as well. If you're a youngster, 16 to 22, 23, 24, it's your opportunity, guys. If you're playing at a decent, Alan touched on it, go and trial. We're not talking Sunday League, we're talking, Iman has played at a very decent level. So step 4, step 5, step 6, that's the level that you need to be looking at, and then have the opportunity. And we can open these doors for you. Very fortunate in that Alom and also Toklisu, who is involved in the Select United team from Birmingham, have some amazing contacts. And again, just want to come over to the gentleman on my left. We've talked about Iman, his success. Aziz, just with regards to your son, he played last year for MK Dons, another example and another story of success. He went out to Bangladesh recently. Just share with us briefly what happened with him.
Right, Assalamu alaikum everyone. It was thanks to UK BFC to tell you the truth. Amir has been playing at a decent level. As a father, I'll always say he's a decent player. I don't overrate him or anything. I let people judge him by his game standards. Now, obviously, through UK BFC, I was lucky enough to get a phone call saying, look, we saw your son play. Does your son fancy going to Bangladesh? With all due respect to a lot of people, I've heard that story so many times. I've had people from London, I've had people from the north saying, let's send your son to Bangladesh. But if I don't know them as well as I do, I won't take them. So alhamdulillah, through Tokli Spy, through UK BFC, there was a link made, and Boshundra Kings came in for my son and another young lad, Ijaz from Luton, and we went there in February. We were there for 3 weeks, 2 weeks trial, and they loved him. They saw the way he was playing, and they said, look, we want you to come back again in July. So that's pre-season for Bangladesh players, and then in August he will, whether he plays or not, he'll be on the bench. So in that sense, yes, it's all looking good. And just to reiterate what Baisab said in regards to the Bangladesh national team, whether it's the under-19s or if it's the under-23s, yeah. Everybody has an opportunity. If you're playing a good level of football and you get spotted at any of these tournaments, like the UK BFC one, that's the most recent open age football tournament there is in England. Otherwise, there isn't an open age tournament anywhere. So people are watching, and if you're good enough, your name will be given forward to these people, and if you can prove it to those people, then go to Bangladesh, prove them in Bangladesh, and before you know it, you could be the next Messi or next Ronaldo.
Brilliant. There you go. Inshallah, you heard it here. Messi or Ronaldo, I'm not sure about. Maybe Jamal Bouyan and Hamza Chowdhury. There we go. Let's be more realistic. All right, guys, I'm going to come to Sudhubhai here now. Do you know you were involved last year? You've seen football for many years. I don't need to teach you anything about football, but you saw the level last year. What's your expectations coming into this year? Not just, I don't want to talk about Luton. I want to talk about what your expectations are overall for all. We've got 16 teams from up and down the country. What are you hoping to see this year?
this year, I mean, going to tournaments previously, tournaments always get better. Teams go back and they find their faults and they put it right. And as far as I can see, some of those names on the list, I think they're bigger and stronger. There's a few key things that the teams need to do is obviously have a good squad.
Yeah.
Because squad is very, very important. You can't go to a tournament with 10, 11 players, or 12 players. It doesn't work. Like what we did last year is we took a good squad of 20 or, kids to, and that helped us. And we saw other teams are struggling. So to all the teams, make sure you have a big squad, because that is very, very important. But as far as what I can see, yes, this year is going to be stronger and bigger. Definitely.
Okay, good. Well, that's good to know. And like I say, once again, Surabhi knows what he's talking about. Many finalists, and last year, unfortunately, he's coming back this year, no doubt. And as are all of the boys from Luton, we're hoping to go one step further. And Josh, I'm going to come to you now with obviously following on from what Surabhi just said. What's as part of the management committee and running BFC UK, how are you looking to improve this year's tournament? I guess the biggest news is, which I'm going to allow you to break right now, is the stadium. Yeah. And then let's build on that from there.
So obviously everyone knows we've finally managed to get MK Dons. To those, MK Dons is an international stadium, newly built, 35,000 seater. If England won the World Cup bid, they would have been hosting the group games at MK Dons. Any stadium that's newly built is modern, it's fantastic. So obviously you've got Spurs and Arsenal, and then it's MK Dons. It's a fantastic venue with fantastic surrounding with the shopping centre and things like that. It all belongs to MK Dons. So that creates a buzz for the teams to even recruit better, stronger. And I think after last year, and deservedly, and then made that clear to the 8 teams that went to the quarter-final and the semi-final, the teams that didn't make it, they realised, and hope this doesn't backfire, but the northern teams realised that, hold on a second, the southern teams are way ahead, okay? So we need to improve in recruiting, getting the right personalities in, and I think this year they are going to do that. As I said before, I see a lot of new teams here. South have led the way for many years, and I think northern boys have now realised, and the beauty about this is, like, I've got to find out, like, someone like Hyder opened their own academy, Chester opened their own academy, so it's improved in that sense through this tournament. And I'm not taking credit for our tournament, but it's giving them that moral boost. So that's something good. I said before, now a lot of these youngsters from these cities are coming into it, and these are playing good level of football. Not all are playing semi-pro football, but are playing district level football, Saturday league, organised league, from September to May. So they're the ones that are coming down now to play. We have put a rule in that we're going to allow a 22-man squad with 5 vets players, okay, but 3 can play in one go. So the 3, what I mean by that is they're going to be experienced to guide these youngsters and things like that. It's a one-day tournament, so you have to have some experience there. So that will help. I personally think this year is going to be very, very unpredictable.
Good.
It's going to be very unpredictable because I think teams are coming prepared and strong. So I'm not expecting anything. I do have teams that in my head I think will do better, right, but anything's possible.
Cool. We can talk about that in the second segment. But in terms of what people can expect on the day, the tournament is on the 11th of May.
Yeah.
You have to be there by 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock
to register.
Yeah.
We want us
started
11 o'clock kickoff on the dot, with no delays. We will not be, like I say, delaying anything for anyone or any team. So work your schedules out. Have a look at Google Maps the night before, on the morning. Get yourselves up early. No excuses. I know a lot of people are traveling from up and down the country, but really, guys, it's a one-day tournament. This is your opportunity. Give yourself every opportunity to succeed on the day. Get there. I'm sure Surabhi will probably echo my thoughts. Get there early, get changed, warm up, eat well in the morning, stay hydrated the day before, speak to your guys. Otherwise, it's a waste of day. Because a lot of the players I spoke to last year realised the levels, but a lot of them came unprepared. They were up till 2 o'clock the night before. They hadn't hydrated themselves. Tournament football is difficult. It's not for everybody. So as a management team, my ask is, please prepare your squads, prepare your players, and prepare your management team as well. Because like Surabhi said, you have to be able to manage your squad through the day. You can't expect 8 players to play every single game throughout the day is practically impossible. So if you want to succeed, maximize on your squad. Right, referees. Tell us a bit about the referees.
So we've got FA referees. Our tournament is FA affiliated, so for us to get referees is quite easy. We can just contact the FA and they'll provide the referees. So we will have altogether referees and linesmen. We make sure 11-side football, you cannot do a tournament without linesmen. It just doesn't work. You have to have linos, yeah. And I'm not a big fan of like if the referee, like you didn't see Sunday League, they've got one referee and each team provided lino. I don't like that because there's a lot of cheating that happens. We face that on mainstream FA football on Sundays or things like that. So I personally think that a neutral referee and a linesman is the best. Yeah, so we will have professional linesmen sent by the FA. We'll always get extra referees for them to have a breather. So we'll have extra referees for the tournament. The rules and the format, everything, we will do an app and you'll find all the rules and everything that on app. You just log into the app and you get all the details there, the fixtures, the times, the breaks, everything will be there, which referee is running which games. So that is easier for the team to just go into the app instead of us explaining it. The pitches will have 1, 2, 3 on it, so you know which pitches you're playing on.
Tell us a bit about Rising Stars.
So Rising Stars,
you've got 1 minute.
Rising Stars basically are a FA affiliated football club. They have got, mashallah, 3 facilities. I don't think anyone in the UK has got that. They've got a facility with 4 pitches, 1 with 2 pitches, and a brand new 4G pitches. They are affiliated and direct contact with Man City, Villa, West Brom, Coventry. So mashallah, these brothers have got probably, I think, 1,000 kids playing for them every week. You know what I mean? Wow. 1,000 kids and probably more. Recently, I don't want to say it, watch the space. The thing that's happening in Manchester City is going to be launching in a few weeks' time. It's going to be big.
I think you just said it.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not going to go into more, okay? I'm not going to go into more. Wait for it, you know what I mean, and see it. So, you know what I mean?
Guys, he's not going to tell you, but he did.
Yeah, just
Manchester City as well.
Yeah. Before I go, another one thing I want to mention, another lad from London Tigers, Abid, is it?
Ifas,
yeah, he's going to the trials in June as well. He's playing in Ismail League as one step forward. So congratulations to him as well, inshallah. Hope you do really good in your trials.
Brilliant. Okay, guys, we are out of time for this first segment. It's been fascinating, been interesting to get the views on Sutabai from Aziz Bhai and also from Moy Bhai. And once again, good luck to your boy. I hope he does really well.
Thank you.
Massive opportunity. But we're going to see him before that anyway. So
yes, inshallah.
Looking forward to seeing him on May the 11th.
Currently, he's got recovering from an ankle injury, but inshallah he recovers in time to play in this tournament on the 11th and 15th.
Okay. Yeah. Brilliant. Okay, guys. So when we come back, second segment, it's all everything that you've been waiting for. We're going to do the draw, and hopefully one of these 16 teams is going to go on to lift that trophy. Last year's winners were Aberfeldy, who Sutabai was speaking off air how organised they were and how strong they are in every department. And I think in many people's eyes, they are still the team to beat. So when we come back, we will be talking about each and every team that is taking part in this year's tournament. But more importantly, we will be doing the draw. So when we come back, it's what you've been waiting for. See you in 2 minutes. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum, welcome back to the second segment of the Sports World. Right, it's what you've all been waiting for, the BFC UK 2025 live draw. That's what we're about. We've got a couple of new guests on the show right now. So let me start by introducing them. We'll go to my right first. We have Brother Satir Ahmed, who is the owner and founder of Desi Enterprise. Assalamu alaikum, Bhai Sahib, you okay? Yeah. Good to meet you. And we also have a very, he's the man behind the scenes for the organisation, the monster that that everybody will be aware of, MK Galacticos. We have Kamal Mia. You're the founder, right, of MK Galacticos?
Supposedly so, Imrul Bhai. Yeah. Supposedly so.
So welcome to the show. We're going to pick your brains
Thank you
on football and also BFC UK, all things BFC UK as we move on. To my left, we have another guest. We have Brother Muhib Alam from London Tigers. He was the assistant last year and will be the assistant this year as well. Assalamu alaikum. Ruhul. Sorry, I've got the wrong person. I'm looking on the wrong side of the sheet. My bad. So they're brothers. Ruhul Alam. Welcome to the show. Assalamu alaikum. Right. Okay. And we've still got Sutobai is still on the show and he's going to share his wisdom on the teams. All right, guys, so let me just explain what's going to happen over the next few minutes. We're going to do the draw live. We have 16 teams from across the UK. I'll name the teams. We've got Aberfeldy, Bengal Spartan Luton, we've got MK Galacticos, West Brom, Bradford, FC Oldham, Frontline from London, Silat United from Sunderland, Seoul FC from London, Manchester Hyde, Rochdale BASA, is that Bassa? I'm not sure how you pronounce that, and Birmingham United, Sheffield Bengal Tigers, London Tigers from west of London, Chester Oldham Unity, and finally Brighton and Hove. So that's the 16 teams that are taking part in the tournament this year. For the purpose of the format, let me give you a bit more of an understanding for clarity's sake. London teams, because they play each other so regularly, what we've decided to do is pull them out of the hat first, and we're going to start. There's going to be 4 groups of 4. So Aberfeldy, Frontline, Seoul FC, and London Tigers will be put into 4 different groups, so A, B, C, and D. And from there, further on, it's just going to be a random selection of teams, so which will make up 16 teams will make up 4 groups of 4. The format literally will be one-day competition, the final being held on the 15th at MK Dons Stadium, as Alom has made you aware of. 22-man squad. The games to start off with in the 4 groups, kicking off at 11 o'clock on the 11th of May over at Rising Stars in Birmingham, middle of the country. We've already talked about it. Do not be late. Make sure you're there on time. 10 a.m. registration. If you're not there, it's your problem. We will be kicking off at 11 a.m. Right, the game format, 4 groups, 40 minutes each game. So everybody is maximizing on their opportunity to use their squad players. They're going to be 20 minutes each way. Top 2 from each group will go through to the knockout stages. Knockout stages will be, obviously, quarterfinals and semi-finals will be taking place on that day. They're going to be 30-minute games, and they will be 15 minutes each way. In the event of a draw, straight to penalties. No extra time, straight penalties, and it will be 3 penalties and sudden death. And it's simple as that. And that will take us to the final. Best 2 teams will play for the trophy. BFC 2025 over at MK Dons on the 15th. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. And again, 90-minute game, no extra time, straight penalties will decide the winner. And there you have it. That's the format for this year. 3 referees, as usual. So they'll be varying up around 3 pitches on the day. There will be an app available for everybody. Once the draw's done, over the next 24 hours, the app will go live and you'll be able to see exactly what's going on for the 11th of May. And that will give you every opportunity to start preparing. All right, so like I said, the 4 London teams, Aberfeldy, Frontline, Seoul FC and London Tigers will be placed into a pot. I'm going to write them as I do that. So I'm going to start with Sutobai, and we're also going to start with Satirbai to pull out the names. There we go. If you can pick the first one, if you don't mind.
Good luck.
And just point the balls at the camera. First team is?
Okay, it's number 9.
Number 9 is Seoul FC from East London. Okay, Satirbai, we're going to ask you to just pull out the next draw.
Good luck.
Good. I'll take the balls. I'll just put them on the floor. Number 7. Number 7 is Frontline from East London. Thank you. I'll take that ball. So Dubai, I'm going to just ask you to just pick out the Group C.
Okay. My favourite number, 14.
Number 14 is...
Favourite team, yeah?
There you go. London Tigers from West London. They're in Group C. And the last one, Satirbai, for you to decide.
Number 1.
Number 1. Brilliant. I'll take that. Put it in here. Number 1 is Aberfeldy, last year's champions. Okay, a team that Sutobai knows well. There we go. He'll be looking to get some revenge on Aberfeldy. Right, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to draw, put the balls. So that's the remaining teams are now in here. So I will get everybody on the panel to now pick a team out. And all I can ask you to do is just share the balls on your relative camera. Is that okay, Ramway?
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. So we'll start with you. So in Group A at the moment, we've got Seoul FC. Group B is Frontline, London Tigers in Group C, and Aberfeldy, the holders, in Group D. So we'll start with Group A.
Number 10.
Hold it there for a second. Number 10 is Manchester Hyde. Manchester Hyde. I'll take that ball off you. Thank you so much. And we're going to go to Kamal Bhai. He's going to mix up a little bit.
Number 6.
Number 6 is FC Oldham. Okay. As we're going on about that, so Sutabai, you can. I'll keep all of that. Sutabai, if you don't mind giving us a bit of a insight into the Manchester teams. I'll go with Satabai for this one while he's picking out the team.
Well,
what do you know about Manchester or any other teams
16.
that would
to
come
be
out of
honest,
that?
Manchester Hyde, I'm not...
Number
quite-
16 is, sorry, 1 second, is Brighton and Hove. Yeah, Brighton, Hove. And we're going to go one more. So just tell us a little bit about Manchester.
Yeah, I was just saying the Manchester Hyde boys, I mean, the football is pretty prominent there. And we know that the northern teams, they have some decent players. And if they've put together those boys, they will be a force to play with.
Brilliant. Okay. Right, we're going to take a break after this and we're going to talk about the teams. So let's pick out a good one. Group D. Second team in Group D is?
0-5. Number 5.
Number 5 is Bradford, my hometown. Okay. Let's see if they can give a good account or a better account of them. I'll take that ball. Right, so I'm going to take a break there. We're going to have a look at the teams. So Group A, currently Seoul FC and Manchester Hyde. We just had a bit chat about them. Group B, Frontline FC and FC Oldham. Group C is London Tigers and Brighton and Hove, otherwise known as Rosed FC. That doesn't sound too promising, to be fair. I just realised Rosed. We're looking at long balls here, aren't we? Well done, I like that name. Aberfeldy and Bradford make up Group D. All right, so come on, I'm going to come to you because let's talk a little bit about Bradford. Last year they were disappointing, right?
I think it showed in their faces more than anything else. I think they themselves, the management committee, realised they fell a bit short. And I'm surprised. To be honest with you, because I know they play a lot of football. I think predominantly we've noticed that they've been into small-sided football, and obviously the 11-a-side game is slightly different. Mm-hmm. But don't be surprised. They've been doing their homework this year. Okay. And I've got a feeling we're in for a bit of a shock. As I said, Alam said, it's very unpredictable this year. The Northern boys are coming down to prove a point. Let's
hope so. Pressures on, I think North last year were, to say underrepresented, to say the least, I think is a bit of an anticlimax. I think you guys need to improve this year. Let's come on to London Tigers. I think we've got as we have the assistant manager on, let's learn a little about you. You're in Group C with Brighton and Hove, Rosed FC. How are you feeling so far, and what's your team looking like this year, sir?
Our team's stronger, more organised this year. We've got more players, more new players this year as well.
Are they all from the West London area, or have you come from Kent everywhere?
We've come from Kent. I'm from Kent. Yeah. My nephews, obviously, they come from Kent. Funny enough, we from Brighton. We were in a Brighton tournament last year.
Okay.
Well, our Kent team, and it was very, very, very competitive.
What's your thoughts on Brighton and the players that you saw up there?
Very good young players, and they got matured. I think they'll have a mixed team there. It won't be all young players. Mm-hmm. They've got some experienced players there. We're looking forward to that game. We won their tournament, so it should be interesting.
So that'll be interesting. Okay, so Dubai, I'm going to come to you. So it's only fair that we give some airtime to the winners of last year's tournament. You know them firsthand. You saw what they were. You played them in the group stages, and then you went on to play them in the final. Unfortunately, you narrowly lost to Aberfeldy 1-0 in the final. Tell us what your thoughts are on Aberfeldy first, and how do you beat them?
Okay, so I didn't know who they were. I heard of them, as in, but to be on that pitch playing against them, we realized that they're actually a unit. There's no weakness in that team. And they did not. Every single player stood up for themselves. They stood up for themselves. They stood up for the team, each other. We couldn't break them down. We tried everything. Obviously they scored a goal. Shall I say a mistake from one of our players? But that was an awesome goal.
It was a good finish, wasn't it? Credit where it's due. Well worked.
It was a well-worked goal. So they are. I mean, my money is on Aberfeldy this year.
Oh, again?
Yeah, I think so. I think they've...
And big accolades instead. I think indeed, Aberfeldy for me, I know them well. I have a bit of an affiliation. Rock's the club captain there, and I love the way this organisation works. They're very young. They've got their young people showing the way, and we've talked about it in this, in the previous segment, the value of having youngsters leading the way. It's not about the vets. We should be giving this next generation, let them shine, let them. This is why I love Aberfeldy so much, and Rox in particular was my captain at Sporting Bengal in my last season. He's an inspirational leader on the pitch and off the pitch. I think anyone that sees him play will realise he got man of the tournament or player of the match in the final last year, and there's reasons for that. And he is Aberfeldy through and through. So I think I'm with Sutubai. I think for me that is the team to be. If you're wanting to win this tournament, you're going to have to beat Aberfeldy at some point. And I think Luton themselves, Bengal Spartan, Luton are going to be up there. Personally, I think them two teams it's a really tough one to close. I think they were probably a striker away from Luton were probably a striker away from winning it last year. Or maybe
as I said,
right?
we assembled a team solely from Luton itself.
Yeah.
We did not hire
Credit to you.
They were homegrown kids, and we are going with the same ethos this year as well.
Good.
So if anyone's want to play for Luton, don't even come near us because they're all from Luton.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, we're going to continue with the draw right now. So we've got the top first two teams from each group. We've still got MK Galacticos to come, and we can talk about them as we move on through the group. Right, we're going to start off with Satibai again, once again, our sponsor from Desi Enterprise. And he has...
11.
Who do we have? What number is that?
11.
Number 11 is Rochdale. Okay, so Rochdale, another footballing giant from the north. We will talk about that. I'll take that ball. Thank you very much, sir. Move on to Rubai, if you don't mind picking the ball out.
Number 4.
Number 4 is West Brom, new team this year, led by Funky Mir from Birmingham and West Brom. They promised to... I think that's going to be a dark horse there, personally. I know that they're quite heavily into their football. Third team from Group C. We have...
Hey!
No.
Number 2.
Number 2, there you go. So
Bengal
we've got...
Spartans.
Is that a sign?
Is that the sign? Is that the sign? I'll take that ball if you don't mind.
Yeah.
So we've got Bengal,
London Tigers.
Spartan, Luton. So they make up the third team in Group C. Third team in Group D now. Will he pick out his own?
Number 3.
And he has. This hasn't been scripted. This hasn't been scripted. So we've got MK Galactico, the third team in Group D.
Wow, that was good.
Yeah, so MK Galactico. Right, so we're nearly there now. Last 4 teams left in the draw. I'm going to start with Sutubai to pick out the first one in Group A. So this is to make up the fourth team in Group A, which
Number
consists...
15.
Number 15 is Chester, Oldham, Unity. Curious to know why Chester, Oldham, Unity have come as one. That'll be interesting. Okay, so Sitabai, if you don't mind taking the team out.
Number 12.
Number 12 is Birmingham. Interesting. I think this team is going to be... Last year, they came in last minute. And once again, thank you to the Rising Stars guys for putting the team. Seoul FC last year had to pull out due to a death in the team. So Rising Stars very kindly put in a Birmingham team last minute. But this year, I know for a fact they are looking and they are coming to win. So they're another dark horse in the making there. The fourth team in Group C, London Tigers, Brighton Hove and Luton are in this group.
Number 8.
Number 8 is Sylhet United, another big team. For me, probably the most unlucky team last year. I think they were probably the strongest team on the day. Just didn't work out for them. We've got one ball left, number 13, so if you don't mind picking that out, and just, it should be number 13 in there.
Number 13.
Number 13 is Sheffield. So, and that concludes the draw. Thank you very much. Just the start. Right? I will just name out the teams. So in Group A, we have Seoul FC. This is their first year in this year's tournament. They will be very, very strong. Seoul FC, for those that don't know, are one of very few non-league football teams. They're currently playing Step 6 in the Skeffel League in Kent. They're actually top of the table with 2 games to go. They definitely made the playoffs. If they win their 1 game to go. If they win their last game, it's automatic promotion into Step 5, and they'll be playing in the Essex Senior League here in London. They play at Mile End Stadium, so they're going to be very strong. They're going to have some very good non-league footballers playing in that team, as well as some very good local Sunday League footballers. Manchester Hyde, we've touched on, Rochdale and Chester Oldham. So there's a bit of a northwest derby going on here. There's something we tried to fade. These guys will be very familiar with each other. The positive is you're going to get two teams, or at least one team, through to the knockout stages. So there you go. So we will have one North team being represented in the quarterfinals. Group B, front line from East London, FC Oldham, West Brom and Birmingham. So again, I think some familiar faces, but it's a nice mix. We've got West Brom and Birmingham, local derby, so that'll be interesting to see how that goes. Group C, we've already talked about this one. London Tigers, Brighton and Hove, which is otherwise known as Rosehead FC. I can't wait to watch your football, guys. We've got, who do we have? We've got Bengal Spartan Luton, and we have Sylhet United. For me, no offence, London Tigers, I think you guys have got a very, very tough group.
Yeah.
Sylhet United are going to come even stronger this year. I think last year I don't know what happened, but and Aberfeldy will be the first ones to say, they played Aberfeldy off the park in the semi-final. They just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. Aberfeldy held their ground and nicked it on penalties. So I think they're coming here this year to try to prove a point. So, and then you've got Luton, finalists. So it's going to be Group C for me at the moment. Looks like the group of death.
Yes,
yeah.
I think.
And for those that know the joke, in-joke from MK, the death of group. In MK, it's known as the death of group. All right, so the final group, Aberfeldy, Group D. It's Aberfeldy, Bradford, MK Galacticos and Sheffield.
Again,
Over to you, sir.
I was going to say, I was looking at that Group D, and you know,
come on, that's Aberfeldy and MK, right?
Hoping so.
After what Bradford and Sheffield did last year,
I mean, I'm looking.
Listen, don't shoot the messenger. This is what I've been told.
Just commenting on Aberfeldy from last season, what I saw as well with some of the things I saw from them. As I said, they stood out for me as a team because of the way they conducted themselves, even in the preliminaries and in the final.
Yeah.
You could tell that they have played together.
Yeah.
They're very organised. They know each other's play, and you know they were very, very gelled, and that is what it gives an extra edge to teams in these sort of competitions. So yeah, we've got a hard team. As I said to you before from my previous comment, Bradford have got a point to prove. Sheffield have got a point to prove. I don't think it's going to be an easy ride for any of those teams. I think you'll be surprised.
But you'd be confident to
We are. We've got a good core team. Young players who've played a good level of football. So it's last year I think we run out of steam.
Okay.
So we finally have a big squad.
Okay.
So hopefully Jakir and Arash are now a bit more. They know what the experience is going to be this year to make sure we have a bigger squad. I think that's important to all the teams out there. I think all the teams to have a good core, deep squad because you need to utilise it.
Perfect. Listen, I'm going to just quickly come to Sitar Bhai. But please, Desi Enterprises, just give us a few words. Money in terms of the sponsor. What does it mean to you?
I'm football like Korea. This year I sponsor Bangladeshi Football Tournament. Elaka Tamantanat. আলম মিয়ার লগে আমার খুব ক্লোজ তো সব সময় ফুটবলে সাপোর্ট করি আর কি
জাযাকাল্লাহ
আমার হইছে না ওই হিসাবে তাই লগে আমার একটা গোল সম্পর্ক
আর আপনি তো আইবা on the 11th inshallah yeah so really guys sponsor after the means so much to us. Everybody at BFC UK, I think these are really important. Anyone else that is looking to reach out, also big thank you to London to Mesbah and London Tigers as well, who has donated and has been happily contributed a little bit towards the tournament as well. We do need this. This is one thing I forgot to mention was the charity arm. Last year we gave to Africa, the Brothers at Rising Stars, who have been so giving and so welcoming in terms of giving the facilities. These things do not happen just like that. They actually come at a cost. But Rising Stars give their facilities for practically next to nothing. Which enables us to do some charity work. This year, the money, as we all know, let's look at the bigger picture. Football is amazing. We come together and it's an opportunity to network, to meet others. At the same time, we also, unfortunately, sometimes it becomes a bit sour. We have to realize there's so much more going on in this world away from what we're doing and in our communities and in our footballing lives. The bigger picture is there's people dying over in Gaza, there's families, there's sisters, there's parents, they're losing children. We've seen it. It's been going on for over a year. Without any reason, this is happening. It's our responsibility as Muslims across the world and across here in the UK, and we can do whatever we can, however big, however small it is. BFC UK this year are going to be raising money for Gaza, and it's an ambulance appeal. we're looking to donate and help towards raising money for 2 ambulances to be sent. They will be bought from Egypt. They've been sourced, and they're going to go. Like I say, Allah only knows what happens once they get there. Getting them in, we've all seen the horrific stories and the tales of ambulances being blown up. But we are doing our bit. So every penny after the costs of this tournament that you give on the day towards for the teams that have give their entry fee, rest assured, and it's open and transparent. We're not here. We're not a business. You do not make money. Everybody here sat around this room, anybody who genuinely is involved in grassroots football, you don't make money from football. That's the reality of it. We're all at the latter end of our lives. Many of us here are above 50. Many of the people that are involved in the organisation, we're at the stage now. The only thing that we can give now is give back and think about our akhirah. And that's what this is about. Give every penny we can to contribute. On the day, there will be buckets from the Rising Star kids like we did last year. But we want to raise over £2,000 for the Gaza appeal this year. It's an ambulance appeal. We want to raise money for 2 ambulances. There's not just our organisations, there's other organisations up and down the country that are coming together to do this. It's with the 13 Trust Foundation. And inshallah, you can all get behind it. But like I said, we're open, we're transparent. The idea is any money that we save from this tournament will be going to the Gaza, the families and those who are experiencing horrific scenes, and it's a genocide, and there's no other way of putting this. Let's get behind this, and like I said, rest assured we're here to support the people of Gaza, and we come together as a footballing community to support this. So there you go. That's my little bit about the Gaza appeal. In the interest of time, so Dubai, I'm going to give you the opportunity now. If I'm going to save you till the end, Robert, if you don't mind just saying a few words in terms of what BFC means to London Tigers and what you hope to achieve this year, quickly in 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Quick one. Firstly, thank you to BFC to regenerate the tournament again. We are the previous winners. We've won the tournament before. It's glad we are back to see the tournament back again, and hopefully we win it this year for our team.
Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you. Good luck for the tournament this year. We hope you do well. Sitabai, just a few words. Good luck to everyone. Inshallah. And come on, if you don't mind saying a few words, just literally in the interest of 20 seconds.
20 seconds. As you know, everyone, this project has been aimed at the open age youth all across the country. It's your opportunity. The managers from each team, please make sure that you bring them along, support them. The event is for a very good cause, and have that in your mentality as well. The approach. This is a well-organized tournament, professional ethics when you come along, and abide by the rules. And extremely, the main key is enjoy the day. Enjoy the day. The guys here behind the scenes are working effectively, very, very hard to put something on the platform for you. Enjoy it.
Jazakallah, thank you so much. And final words to the main man himself, Mr. Sutabai from Luton. Listen, you've done these before. Just look at that camera and just tell people what they can expect, and come there with what mentality. Tell them. Sure. Even if it's to your Luton boys.
Sure. First of all, BFC wasn't born yesterday. It's been in the making for the past 20 years. So thanks to the guys who sown the seed in the first place.
Yes.
And this is what we're reaping. Okay? And to all the parents, please come and support your children, because that's where it goes on. The legacy has to carry on. Come and support the kids, and they need to realize that the parents are behind them. And it goes to the relatives and the families as well, and friends. Come and support this. This is the second year, and let's make it bigger and better. Come on.
Jazakallah, lovely words. And with that, I will finish there, and only to say thank you to everybody who's been part of the show today. It's been eventful, and we've got the 4 groups. Just so you are aware, I'm going to give you the names one more time. We will have a graphic at the end of the screen, end of the show as well. Seoul FC, Manchester, Rochdale, Chester Oldham make up Group A. Frontline FC from London, FC Oldham, West Brom and Birmingham make up Group B. Group C, London Tigers, Brighton and Hove, Luton, or should I say not? He's going to beat me up for saying Luton. It's Bengal Spartans, Luton. I'm going to get that right. And Silat United conclude Group C. Group D is Aberfeldy, Bradford, MK Galacticos and Sheffield. So they're your 4 groups. Guys, if you've been watching, get the word out. 11th of May. It's going to be a festival of football. Rising Stars are there to entertain you. UK BFC are there to entertain you whilst also raising as much money for the Gaza appeal as we possibly can. And we look forward to hosting the final over at MK Dons on the 15th of May. There you go. It's been another eventful show. Thank you for everybody who's been watching. Can't wait for the 11th of May. Look forward to seeing you all there. Take care and assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.